The Renaissance and Reformation were two significant movements that shaped European history. The Renaissance marked a rebirth of classical learning and culture, while the Reformation was a religious movement that challenged the authority of the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, let's get to know more about them. First up, we have the Renaissance. It was a period in European history that lasted from the 14th to the 17th century. It was a time of great cultural, artistic, and intellectual change. It began in Italy and then spread to the rest of Europe. The Renaissance was a rebirth of classical learning and culture. The classical era refers to the art, literature, and philosophy of ancient Greece and Rome. Renaissance thinkers and artists were inspired by the classical era and sought to revive its ideals. They studied ancient texts and styles of classical art. This led to an outpouring of creative works during the Renaissance. Some of the most famous Renaissance artists include Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael. They produced masterpieces like the Mona Lisa, David and the School of Athens. These works are celebrated for their beauty and realism. The Renaissance was also a time of great scientific and intellectual change. Nicolaus Copernicus, a Renaissance astronomer, developed the heliocentric theory. He proposed that the Earth and other planets revolved around the sun. This challenged the long-held belief that the Earth was the center of the universe. Other scientists like Galileo Galilei made important discoveries in astronomy and physics. They used reason and observation to understand the natural world. The Renaissance humanists were also important. They were scholars who studied ancient texts and wrote about classical literature, history, and philosophy. They emphasized the importance of human reason and individualism. Renaissance humanists like Erasmus and Thomas More wrote about the ideal society. They believed in a government that was based on reason and the common good. The Renaissance was a time of great exploration and discovery. European explorers traveled to new lands and cultures. They discovered new trade routes and goods. This led to the age of exploration and the growth of European empire. The Renaissance was a transformative period in European history. It marked a shift from the Middle Ages to the modern world. It was a time of great cultural, artistic, and intellectual change. The Renaissance had a lasting impact on European history and laid the foundation for the Age of Enlightenment and the French Revolution. Now let's move on to the Reformation. The Reformation was a religious movement that began in the 16th century. It led to the creation of new Protestant churches. It started in Germany and spread to other parts of Europe. The Reformation was started by Martin Luther, a German monk and theologian. He had 95 theses, or statements of his beliefs, which he nailed to the door of a church in Wittenberg, Germany. In these theses, he criticized the Roman Catholic Church and its practices. One of the main criticisms was the sale of indulgences. These were basically papers that people could buy to reduce their punishment for their sins. Luther believed that salvation, or going to heaven, was a gift from God and could not be bought. He also believed that the Bible was the ultimate authority in matters of faith, not the Pope or other church leaders. Luther's ideas were radical and they spread quickly throughout Europe. Many people were unhappy with the Roman Catholic Church and its teachings. They welcomed Luther's message of reform. The Reformation led to the creation of new Protestant churches such as Lutheranism, Calvinism, and Anglicanism. These churches had different beliefs and practices than the Roman Catholic Church. For example, they rejected the authority of the Pope and the idea of indulgences. The Reformation also led to religious wars and persecution. As the new Protestant churches spread, they became involved in conflicts with the Roman Catholic Church and other European powers. Many people were killed because of their religious beliefs. The Reformation had a profound impact on European history. It led to the decline of the Roman Catholic Church's power and the rise of Protestantism. It also contributed to the development of modern democracy and individual rights. The Reformation was a significant religious and political movement that helped shape modern Europe. And that's what you need to know about the Renaissance and Reformation. Do you think there would have been a Reformation without the Renaissance? Why or why not? Share your thoughts below. If you want more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And if you really want to help us grow, leave a like. Until next time.